Welcome back, peoples. As you can see, I'm back, and I'm playing Halo 2 Anniversary on the Master Chief Collection. What? Yeah, it's been a while since I've played the Master Chief Collection. I mean, I play it on my own, like, from time to time, but I haven't streamed it in a while. Because, you know, there was this little thing called Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta, and kind of took up most of my time. And then other games, just a bunch of other games. But yeah, so basically, what's happening soon is there's a friend of mine coming over. He's come to visit. It was kind of last minute, last minute. He's like, "Hey, can I come over? We can hang out." I'm like, "I guess." So I had to talk to my parents and be like, "Hey, it's alright if my friend visits." And you're like, "Alright." So, yeah, so my friend's been coming over. Actually, I might just leave the door open a bit here, because if he just decides to show up, you know, because I told him that the door's unlocked and it should be unlocked. I have to check that, actually. But anyways, the door should be unlocked for him to walk up, so I'm just gonna double check that. Cause I think my dad's gone. Cause if my dad's leaving, then obviously, you know. But I usually don't lock the door when, like, in the daytime, because we're here. But I'm gonna have to double check that after. Anyway, so he's coming over. So, and I kind of want to play Master Chief Collection. So he might join in. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, I want to play Master Chief Collection because there's some news. Besides me coughing. There's some news that they're actually going to update the Master Chief Collection. They are going to patch and fix the Master Chief Collection. Which is kind of awesome. And now, because what they're going to try to do is put this, you know, make this for Xbox One X. That's basically the idea. Is what they want. And oh, there I am. There I am. Let me turn this down. But yeah. So, anyways, that's sort of what's happening. Just hang on a second. I am going to go and check, make sure the door is unlocked for my friend to come in. But yeah. Anyway, so he might be joining in. But yeah, just some stuff I want to talk about. And while me playing Master Chief Collection, it would just make sense for me to actually, you know, to talk and play whatever. Blah. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. I am just going to go and check on my friend. Alright, I'm back, obviously. Anyways, so I just checked to make sure that the door is unlocked, in fact, for him to just kind of walk in and go upstairs. That's what happened is my brother's been staying over for a while, and, you know, just kind of heads up for everyone to know, hey, by the way, somebody's new is going to be showing up at the house. Anyways. Just trying to get this all done. Twitter stuff. So I don't even know how long I'll be streaming this, but
Archer pods are cold. I'll need to rekey the system.
Do it and find out where we are.
Sorry for the quick jump, Sergeant. You in one piece?
I'm good. Yeah. Chief?
We're fine.
Ma'am, there's an object coming into view now.
Cortana, what exactly am I looking at?
That is another Halo.
Say what?
So this is what my father found. I thought Halo was some sort of super weapon.
It is. If activated, this ring will cause destruction on a galactic scale. I want all the information you've got on the first Halo. Schematic,
Topography, whatever. I don't care if I have the clearance or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Where's our target?
The enemy ship is stopped above the ring, ma'am. We're going to pass right over it.
Perfect. Given what we know about this ring, it's even more important that we capture the Prophet of Regret. Find out why he came to Earth, why he came here.
Chief, take first platoon. Hard drop. Secure our landing zone. Sergeant, load up 2 flights of Pelicans and follow them in.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
Until I can move and fight, I'm going to keep a low profile.
this is,
Once you leave
you know,
the ship,
again, my favorite
you're on
level.
your own.
One of my favorite levels in this game.
Understood.
Most people
Over the
know that
target
if they've
in 5.
seen
Hang
the
on to
stream.
your helmet.
Seen my streams, you would know. Alright. Let's get the Twitter stuff working. Sure, that's good.
Mind the bump.
And done. Alright, there's the tweet, the Twitters, and we're done. Okay. So, did message my friend.
Possibly make any more
So
noise?
hopefully he got the message.
I guess so.
Neutralize those turrets!
Anyways, so some of the big news that's coming out is that where's it? Where'd you go? Oh, I missed him. No, this is him. This is him. Anyways, yeah, so they're gonna be updating the Master Chief Collection and patching it and I guess well, the biggest thing, they're making it work for the Xbox One X. Like I said earlier. That's kind of what's happening. It was on a live stream that actually like one of the heads of, I guess it would be the CEO of 343 Industries, I believe, is Bonnie Ross. Anyways, it was a live stream with like the Halo 5 Championship stuff, and then there's like extra other things that were being talked about, like interviews or whatever, just announcements. And one of the things they announced was they're actually going to, you know, going to start to go back to the Master Chief Collection. And it's funny because the thing that they said was that, you know, they've been wanting to work on this for a while, but they just couldn't or whatever. Just didn't know how to approach it. And the thing is that they heard, it's like, oh well, we kind of didn't really communicate this to the fans. I'm like, yeah, you didn't? As in, you didn't communicate at all. Like, you just basically went quiet on that for like at least a year or more, and it's like, it's just crazy because you would think that it doesn't matter what news we would hear if it's like, it's gonna take a while for us to work on this, or we don't know how to approach this right now, so we're gonna take a break from it, but we'll be back, or something like that. Like, none of that was even stated, so they finally came back and we're like, okay, you know what, we're gonna make it work, but you know, there's the new Xbox One X that's out. We're gonna try to make it work for that, as well as actually fixing the game itself. So it's like, okay, whoops, that's right. You know, they surprise me sometimes. But yeah, that's crazy. I'm just gonna close my door a bit because, you know, I'll just leave it open a crack. But yeah, like that's that. I mean, the fact that they're acknowledging, like, you know what, maybe we should have communicated more with you know, our audience. And I'm like, oh great, I'm glad that they have decided to do that because, and well, and you know, acknowledging their mistake on not communicating. That's kind of the big thing. It's, I mean, like even in just in general, like, right? Like, I guess you could say with companies, but just people in general, it's like communication just sometimes just doesn't happen, especially with big, you know, bigger companies. You know, like even I'm trying to think of this. Just a lot of companies though, like even like you know, even just regular companies. Of course, gaming companies have this where things would kind of just happen within for the game or for whatever it is, and just kind of nobody explains why or anything. Like it's just yeah, that lack of communication. Just it's you know, it's pretty prominent in a lot of companies with their consumers or their audience or whatever it is, like whatever product it is. So, but I'm glad that, like, okay, we're gonna try to change that. We're gonna try to be able to communicate more. It's like, yeah, we don't care. Like, even if the news, it's like we're busy, we don't know how to, and we also don't know how to approach fixing this. We'll do what we can to, you know, to try to fix it, but just not right now or something. And you know. Because there's still, like, even the campaign, there's a couple of things, like, the only real thing I see right now for a campaign would be the Halo Anniversary. There is a glitch where if you have, like, newer music and you want to listen to the new music, as soon as you die and respawn or whatever, or, you know, you go to last checkpoint, it will just, that music will switch to the old one and you can, you know, that's it.
I got a good view coming in.
And that's after the latest patch, and it hasn't been fixed since. And it's like, oh, like they have been quote unquote updating here and there. Like they moved playlists around. Like you can see, like playlists been added. Like the, what was it? Oh wow, I'm just noticing. There's some lines that show up. Anyways. Oh, will I do the? I don't know. I might.
Watch out, Chief. On the far side.
I don't know. I think there's too much going on to do this. Yeah. I'm gonna try to do the skip. But anyways, okay. Pretty sure I'm on the right grenades too. Right? Or, you know, the ghost will just push me off. Anyways, but yeah. So I'm really glad that you know, that they are going to fix Smash Chief Collection.
Watch out, Chief. Wraiths on the far side.
Oh my goodness! Like, can you just not? Can you just not? Like, I'm a little busy here. Okay, I get it. I get it. You don't want me to do the skip, I understand. Okay, so since that ghost just made himself fall off the, oh crap, like fall off the edge, this Wraith really wants to get. And I failed that because, you know, I'm great. I might just do the whole thing regularly. But yeah, so I don't know. I really am happy because the Master Chief Collection wasn't a bad idea, you know. Like the fact that I can just kind of put in one disc and play all of these games, you know, is kind of great, you know. That's you know. I kind of like that.
Good, the bridge is down. Now about those wraiths.
Roger that. Armor's on the way.
But, oh boy. That was great. yeah, so, because, I mean, especially with all the multiplayer maps, right? Having all those multiplayer maps all on one disc, like, and be able to play it, all of them. Because that's the thing, like, even though, yes, you have, you know, I mean, there's Halo 3, you know, that's now backwards compatible. Like, Halo Anniversary, well, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, and Halo 4 are all now, I mean, yeah, they're all now backwards compatible. Oh boy. Whew. Well, he pushed me ahead. I guess that's him. I guess I'll take the gun. I don't know. They're really not. Whoops, that was my teammate, but I don't know. I don't know sometimes. Like, I'm just shooting everything, anyways. I want to get the tank, because why not? But yeah, so those are backwards compatible now. You can play those games on the Xbox One, but you still don't, like, and I think they made all the maps free, but certain maps that were like, you know, but you still can't play all the Halo 1 maps, or all the Halo 2 maps, you know, with, and I mean all, I mean even with the PC ones, right, with the Halo PC, and then Halo 2 Vista for the computer, or the PC. Those ones, like, those maps you can't play because, you know, they weren't made to include, and plus those servers are shut down. You can't download any of the maps at all. And of course for Halo 1, you just can't. There's no way you can play those maps, you know, online. It's all gonna be, you would have to have the original Xbox or a 360 and then just play those games that way, but not online. Whereas with Master Chief Collection made you be able to play all of the Halo 1 maps, all the Halo 2 maps online, you know. Of course, Halo 2 you're able to play online before, but they shut down those servers, you know, a while ago. And, oh boy. And, yeah. So you would not be able to play the Halo 2 original Halo 2 maps online, or the Halo 2 PC one. So that's where Master Chief Collection is still, of course, and it's the only one where the Halo 2 Anniversary is there. You know, and plus it has the Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer maps. So there's still like some good stuff with Master Chief Collection. Like, just throw it away and to not at all. You know, keep working at it, keep updating it, as much as they're doing with Halo 5. It's like they should put that much effort in the Master Chief Collection. And they did say they're gonna have like another team to help them out and work at it for the different stuff. And you know, I'm pretty happy about that, because that, you know, that's the thing, is there should have been a team already be like, all right, here's for, you know, specifically Master Chief Collection, and then they would stick at that. They would stick at making sure, it's like even Halo Reach right now, it has its own automated challenges and things that happen, you know, daily. And Master Chief Collection could have easily had something like that, you know. Challenges, or just, you know, certain playlists kind of, I mean, I don't think any of the playlists really changed since 3 took over. Like, nothing added or anything like that. I think a couple of them might have been taken away. Can't remember. But, yeah, like, it was still, you know. Oh boy. It was still pretty good. Like Halo Reach was a good example of like having the game keep going even though perhaps no one really is looking at it. Like, I mean, it's been patched already, or, you know, everything, you know, all the big problems have been solved, even some of the smaller ones, like, it's, you know. Okay, so I might see if I can get the ghost. I know some ghosts. Most likely, or did they already appear? Might just have to get a ghost. Oh, there we go. See, I knew I was getting some ground. I'm like pretty sure there's gonna be some ghosts. All right, so let's do this skip. I know this will work. Except for some random things that happen. Oh boy, wrong one. Be nice. There we go. Okay, here comes the two different musics because it triggered something that, you know, I normally wouldn't trigger, but anyways. Yeah, I don't know, you know, even when it seemed like that they weren't gonna like update the Master Chief Collection at all, I was still like, they should, because it's not like this isn't a bad game or idea, you know. Because even though, yes, all the games are now backwards compatible, like the 360 games are backwards compatible for Xbox One, you have to still go to each individual game and then, you know, load them up every single time. Whereas with this, it's like you load in one disc or have a digital copy, and there you go. Like you're good. Oh, did I? Yeah, okay, I did. All right, I'm like, if that didn't show up, the chapter title, I'd be like, did I just do a boo-boo? Did I make a boo-boo? But there, I just skipped a bunch of stuff. But, oh my goodness. Anyways. I love the music's still playing.
Good. Still no word about Amberclad.
Yeah. There we go. And there goes my ghost.
Covenant know we made landfall, but they don't seem to consider us a very serious threat.
I might work on some online stuff. I might just play Spartan Ops, to be honest, just cause I don't know when my friend is appearing.
Watch yourself. Honor guard.
Ah. Oh, he would go. Yeah, that happens. If you have a ghost there, they will go on your ghost. Come on. Where'd you go, buddy? Here ye be. Did I get them all? I think one's hiding, but I might have gotten them all. Oh, got him. Whew. Okay, so looks like my friend's gonna be coming soon at some point. So we'll see how long I can stream this. But I just figured I'd do something about it, and I didn't know if I'll, because my friend just, again, it was last minute. My friend's gonna be coming over to visit, so I kind of just. I knew I probably wouldn't be able to stream today, maybe, or if I did, it would be later at night, and I don't know. I might go back to this again.
Go back.
And play some more. And play some online. But I might just switch the Spartan Ops just so that I can leave if I need to. But because there's a lot of things that 343 has done that's probably not the best thing in the world. I mean, like, it did kind of start with Halo Anniversary. There are certain things where it's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Just with the certain... Because basically, the Halo Anniversary is kind of like this, but where it's a lot of it's cosmetic, and they're not haven't really changed the game. So... just some of the choices for what they change, and like the armor, like some of they transferred from Reach, so it's like, okay. But like Master Chief's armor did not look like the way it should. And I heard, like, well, I think it was Frank O'Connor or whatever, said basically, it's like, oh, well, you know, oh yeah, it was Space Marines. But it's like, oh, the, whatever, oh, what was it? He was saying it's like, oh, the model or whatever, the character, it's, you know, it's gonna have more polygons, it's gonna have more, like, edges or whatever to make a full shape. So... we couldn't just transfer over the same stuff. It's like, yeah, you can't transfer over, you can make it look exactly the same. Like, it's just gonna be more rounded or have more of those polygons or just more of those, like, extra lines or whatever of detail or curves of detail. It wasn't before, you know, weren't able to do it before, so you know what, let's just do easy. I'm just gonna play, because I don't know. I don't want it to be too hard, because again, I might have to quit at some point, and it's like, whatever. But yeah, so it's just, like, see, look at that, like, this was cool. Like, I could easily go to, from Halo 2 Anniversary, right, and then switch to Halo 4 Spartan Ops, like, just like that, like, without changing, like, without having to quit the game, go to the other game, and then go into this one. You know, you just kind of, you go straight into it.
Your job today is to dig out some
So it's a good thing. It's not like it's just complete garbage, you know. Like, there's a lot of good stuff in the Master Chief Collection. But yeah, it's a good. I mean, yeah, like, it's, I don't know. I think it's really good. I was talking about before. Something. It'll come to me. Oh yeah, no, it was the changes, right? Yeah, that's what it was. When they changed the armor, that was kind of like, okay, you didn't have, yeah, like, yeah, the excuse was, you know, whatever. They couldn't transfer to new stuff. I'm like, okay, but you can still make something that is round look round. Like, you know, like, it doesn't matter if it doesn't look, if it didn't look as round, you know, 20 years ago or whatever. It might look more rounder, you know, now with the technology to make it look like more of a round shape. But you can still make it round. Like, it's just I never got that. Because, you know, like Master Chief's helmet, it's gonna be round. Like, I don't, you know, sure you can add, like, maybe a couple extra stuff, but even then, it's like, you could just make it look even, like, what they did with Halo 2 Anniversary, they did a really good job of, it looks exactly like what was in Halo 2. Except, obviously, better graphics, but I mean, it pretty much looks like the same armor. Like, that is the same armor on the gauntlets, the same thing on the feet, and the, you know, the boots or whatever. Like, it's just it all works. It all makes sense. And so it's like you just did it, you know. There, it's like, why couldn't you have done it before? But anyway, so there's certain, like, things that Halo 3 has done. It's like, even back then, and then, so when they made Halo 4, there was some good stuff. There were some things I did like. I didn't like they completely changed the, you know, controls, as the default controls, like, completely changed. It would have been nice they kind of kept it the same way. And then, like, if you wanted to change it later, you can. Like, there's default, and then the next one would be their controls. Or whatever. I need to go. But yeah, I don't know. It's things that they could have done though. Obviously, they didn't do, which is unfortunate. Even some of the story stuff with Halo 4, it was getting there, but it's just some of that transition stuff just wasn't there. And I talked about this before on stream, but you know, things like Master Chief's armor. It's completely different than it was in Halo 3. This is supposed to be a sequel to Halo 3. Then why is his armor completely different? You know, they never really explain that. It's like communication is like even a problem in their story points. Because it's like oh, but it'll be in the books. I'm like, no, like tell me in the game. You know, I mean the same with movies, right? Like, oh, we'll explain it later in the books. It's like, no, tell me in the movie. Like, why is this person here and doing this? You know, it's, some of those things, you know, just you kind of need to know that. So, like, things with Halo 4, it's like, well, why is his armor different? Okay. Oh, but in the books, it's like, oh, there's nanobots or whatever that changes armor. It's like, could have that explained. Like Katana saying, oh, I made sure that your nanobots whatever changed this or whatever. Okay, but didn't even say that. It's like, oh, there's a firmware change, a firmware update or something like that. It's like, okay, that's why his user interface looks different, like why his health looks different and his, you know, where his ammo is and where his grenade is and where, like, why that's all different. It's like, okay. What about his armor? You know, those type of stuff. Like they kind of, those are the biggest changes where it's like, okay, what? This really wasn't thought through. And then of course Halo 5 just, you know, there's so much things that just kind of happen, but no explanation as to why. The scenes start, but then they just kind of end, and then they just kind of stop. Like they go, there's no, you know, real conclusion. Like a character will literally ask a question and then the scene ends. It's like, okay, no, but what's the answer? Like what? Like, don't we know? Like we should know some more information. Stuff. And so, so obviously they made some mistakes with certain things. And then of course Master Chief Collection was like, we had this cool idea, and it is a cool idea. And again, being able to do all this. Simultaneously switch between games just with one disc or one download. Well, one download of multiple games, so it's a big download. But with all the maps, like everything, there would have its own, you know, multiplayer. It's like, okay, that's kind of cool. But it's the fact that they kind of just stopped and went, okay, so Halo 5. But yeah, so that was the thing, right? Is that it was Halo 4 and then it was this. And then it was Halo 5. So it seemed like they just basically stopped. Like there was, again, no team specifically for the Master Chief Collection. It was like, they had some stuff for multiplayer, like the remade multiplayer maps. But nothing like, oh, the people who were, you know, actually made the game, you know, work for multiplayer. You know, or like how it actually worked in, you know, in the internet space with the actual game engine and all that stuff. Whatever, like to actually make it work online. That team, there needed to be a team, or even just to patch little things that would happen. Like with campaign, like I said, stuff that still hasn't been fixed in the last update, and it just kind of stopped. We haven't heard anything about it. We heard something about it, like at a press conference that Bonnie Ross was a part of, but it wasn't an official like, here's 343 saying this is you know what's going on. Because basically Bonnie Ross just said, oh well, you know, we maybe well well, not like the kind of. She talked about the split screen stuff, I can't remember if she did talk about the Master. Oh yeah, she did. She said, oh, one of you know, some of the mistakes that they're doing was certain things with the Master Chief Collection. I believe is something like that she talked about, and then that was it. It wasn't like didn't really talk about it. But with this stream that they did, a live stream for the Halo 5 Championship and others, like there's other things they announced or whatever. Oh boy. Oh boy. My friend should be coming soon. But anyways. But yeah, so there wasn't any talk about it really, but yeah, this live stream was like, they talked about it. They're like, okay, like here's what it's like, this is one of the questions been asked many times, and we're finally gonna be able to give you an answer. What about Master Chief Collection? And just bring it out. And it's like, and then she's like, yeah, like one of the things that we didn't do is to properly communicate with the fans about the game. I'm like, yeah. I mean, you communicated very well with Halo 5 and stuff with that, and when the next Halo Championship series is gonna be, but nothing like about the Master Chief Collection. So, and that was kind of the thing, right? But she's like, oh, yeah, we're gonna make it work for, we're gonna fix it, make it work for Xbox One X. Now that's the word she said, make it work for Xbox One X. So I am hoping that also means make it work for Xbox One in general. Which I am guessing, but it just means they're gonna like really gonna try to make it work for I guess they're gonna try to make it work for the Xbox One X. But hopefully they're like, okay, well some of the stuff we're gonna fix, we're updating the Xbox One versions, like all of them, like all versions, S, you know, Xbox One S, then Xbox One X. Like all of them are gonna be only gonna be updated, but of course the Xbox One X will have it work with like whatever 4K or whatever they're gonna try to do with that. And that would be great if you could, you know, whether you have an Xbox One, Xbox One S, or Xbox One X, that you would be able to play, you know, each version of that console. Like, it wouldn't matter which version you have, you'd be able to play this game with all of them. So. You know, that is kind of the thing. But, no. I just figured I'd say something about it. I mean, some people know, like again, that I still like Master Chief Collection, still play it with, like me and my friends would have, you know, like LAN parties. Like I would bring my Xbox One, and some of my friends would bring Xbox One to like one of my friends' places, which has a basement and it's a big more room, so you can put them all together. And of course we couldn't. I mean, I haven't tested this out yet because now you can system link a 360 and an Xbox One. That's one of the new that was part of the new updates, was doing that. And so, and I actually tested this as soon as, you know, Halo 3 became backwards compatible. I'm like, all right, let's see, you know, let's see if this works. Can I do this? Because then I can my Halo movie. Like, I can now, because I technically will now have two consoles that can, you know, run the game, and I can have both of them be in the same match, you know, same game, in the same game. Together. Is there anything? Dang it. But, oh boy. But, yeah, so, and it did work, because then, yeah, I can have, like, I can film things that I wouldn't be able to do, because I can only have 4 characters, but now, even if they're standing still, I have more than 4 characters at a time on screen. So that's kind of where I was happy with that. But I haven't been able to check if 2 Xbox Ones can now system link. Because if they can, then that's great, because then that's where the Master Chief Collection can really work. Now, of course, it would be great if you can do with each version of Xbox One S, if you can system link all those, or have them network together. Before, like if I have to do a LAN party with Xbox One, you would have to basically need the internet in order for it to go, oh, okay, you're on the same network, and then you can play together. But if you have, like, not that good internet, let's say, it's not going to work out as well as it should be able to. Right? And that's the thing. So, okay, where is it? There's something here. So that's like for that. Come on! Aw, oh, dang it. I think it was the first one that died. That's fine. Could be wrong. I could have died earlier. I just can't remember. I was too busy talking about Master Chief Collection. Anyways. But yeah, so, you know, that'll be cool if you're able to system link that. Because again, like, I mean, you know, with the LAN party, because we would do that. We would, you know, bring our Xbox Ones together and play Master Chief Collection. You know, people still do the LAN party thing like this, you know. Even people of the newer generation do this. You know? Even the millennials, as they are called, they do this. Like, it's not like, oh, that's such an old-fashioned notion of like system link and playing together physically in the same room. It's like, no. Like that's kind of a big thing. Like having split screen or whatever. It's like, yeah, like people do this. This isn't something, you know. And again, like I've heard, whenever with Halo 5, they didn't include system link. They're like, oh, you know, nobody has time for that anymore. I'm like, kids who are at school and then are off in the summertime, they have time for this. Like. You know, or even kids will make time to do this. You know, like they will make time. Sure, things are more like online now and whatnot, but the fact that if, let's say, a friend just kind of decides to drop over, oh hey, let's play online. Okay, and then the guy does split screen, and then still playing online with other people, but it's like come on, like people still do this. You know, like, you know, it's just kind of weird that when they have that sort of get that idea in their head, it's like, oh well, no, nobody has time to, you know, do all this stuff. I'm like, really, nobody has time, really, like, okay. Don't know what stats you've been looking at, but you're slightly incorrect. Anyways, but yeah, so that's kind of where the Master Chief Collection was like even more so go back to it, because it does have split screen and then Halo 5 does not. So that's why we kind of had to keep going back to the Master Chief Collection just to play split screen. Because they still had newer maps, like they had the Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer maps, which again, as in I said this before in other streams, but it looks very similar to Halo 5 graphics. Like it really does. Like if you play those, you know, those multiplayer maps, and then you go and play Halo 5, they look pretty much the same. They have actually the same problem, where because there's so many different textures and like models and like just like different things. Like right here you can see that this gun is made up of different parts, but you can see the thing that reloads is its own shape, like its own object on the gun, you know, as it pulls out. And then there's an object inside, which is the actual clip or whatever. And then here, if I reload, there's an actual, yeah, there's like moving parts basically, but when they're part of the gun, they're supposed to stay there, but as soon as one part opens up, the other thing flies out, they're separate. But with Halo 5, and of course with the Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer maps, they actually aren't together. Like when they're part of the gun, they don't stay together like locked in. They actually move. They jitter. Like you can kind of see them if you know, I'm like whatever. I don't know if I'll show it or not. But if you were to stand still and you look at even Master Chief's hands, or whatever, your Spartan's hands,
You're almost there. Hell yeah.
and you look at the gun, they actually just keep moving. And this happens in Halo 5. But it's basically the exact same like engine, from what I can tell. Like it looks, otherwise the jitter wouldn't be there, but it looks, it's exactly the same. So we technically could be playing, you know, we'd be playing split screen with new graphics, you know, and whatnot, because those maps were specifically made with the game engine of basically Halo 5, I guess, what was made. Of course, he changed a lot of the mechanics, but it's like the same thing. So even with the Master Chief Collection, you're still able to play like newer graphics in a split screen environment, you know? Oh yeah, I forgot about these guys. But oh yeah. Oh man, bring it back. There we go. Anyways. I wonder when my friend's showing up. Oh, the door should be unlocked. So I hope it is. He's usually be here by now. Well, it depends on what he does, I guess.
That's the last of them, Commander.
That is the last of them.
Dalton, a ride home for Crimson, please. You got it, Commander.
But yeah, so
It's the science team investigating where Crimson.
so yeah, the Master Chief Collection was still kind of a big thing for people because again, no split screen in Halo 5 meant okay, well, Master Chief Collection.
Miller, tell him help's on the way. Dalton, change of plans.
So that's just kind of that's kind of how it when it happened, and so and again, there was no communication at all throughout this time, and finally they said, okay, we're gonna work at it, we're gonna fix it, and I'm like, good. And this thing, we're gonna try to communicate better with the fans and you know, and just the community. I'm like, good, finally. Yeah, because any information, like even if it's like, oh, we can't work it out right now, we'll work on it later. Okay. Oh, do I have a visitor? Do I have a visitor?
Yes.
Oh, see, look at that, my friend's here.
Which one?
I don't know. Which one is it? It's a big.
One.
Yeah, it's a Frozone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Streaming?
Yes.
I must have interrupted your live.
Well, no, it's fine. I did say that someone's probably gonna be coming in and perhaps,
I see.
but nobody's watching, so they'll watch later probably.
Oh yeah.
But live
Oh,
right
that's
now,
right
it's
here?
just me. Yeah. But this is my setup at work. See?
Yeah, I thought you could have like thousands of people watching you like right now with this very sucking.
No, I'm not that popular.
Not yet.
Not yet. But yeah, see, remember this? Remember this? I use it now. See, I have the stream right there.
Oh, cool. On the camera, it's like.
Yeah,
recording?
yeah. So, well, no, I can just see. I'm watching the stream. I can hear it as well, so I
where's
know.
the camera?
Right. Oh, you mean the? What do you mean, camera?
Camera.
What?
Face cam.
Right there.
Really?
That's Connect.
Oh, it's recording your face.
Yeah, right. It was pointing right at me, so it would be recording my
Looks
face.
tilted.
Yes, I know it is. See, it's the classic Nate tilted cam. That's how you know it's a Nate stream. You can look through, you see like a thumbnail of all the people like, oh, that's not. Oh, there he is. It's the tilted one. That's how you know it's me.
Yeah. Oh, that is true. I have seen it. It's like looks like you're like way up here, but it's just the camera way position.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the thing, right? And then here's the actual stream there. Well, whatever. See, you can see, I can see. Oh, 3 people had watched, and then the guy left because he's like, this is stupid. But no. So it tells me how much time. But yeah. But here, so if I go here and I go to the app, it actually stretches. Uh-oh, there goes the stream. I think. Yeah, maybe, we'll see. The Twitch app always gets weird sometimes.
I need to make like these things for the computer.
Yeah, well, no, the app is actually made for recording. Or, I mean, streaming. So it might have just actually ended the stream. We'll see.
That's weird.
We'll see what happens. Oh, no, it seems it's fine. I can see it. And see, here's the thing. I have it here and I have it here. So then I know if this goes off and this goes off, I'm not streaming anymore.
So you only got one of them off, right?
Yeah. See, look. It says I'm not broadcasting. Guess what? I'm broadcasting. So this is the app itself, and I can go into settings, but I'm not supposed to be able to do this. Yeah, but that's where the camera's positioned. I can tell it to change positions under settings. But this isn't. This happened a couple of times. This isn't supposed to happen. I'm not supposed to be able to do this stuff. Well, I mean, I can change it, but it's basically saying that I can rebroadcast. I'm not supposed to be able to do this. It's supposed to say recording. I mean, streaming. Yeah. Well, it happens.